Let me begin this series of videos with a game I had massive regrets of not buying when I had the chance to. Viewpoint by Sammy was an isometric shooter for the Neo Geo and very much the same style as Sega's Zaxxon from the 1980s. A game I seen for sale, second hand, in GeForce in Glasgow in the summer of 1996 for an unbelievable sum of $34.99. $34.99. That was the price of an average Mega Drive game back in the day. A Neo Geo game for less than 40 quid. When this machine first came out, the games retailed for about £200. But over the course of time, the games got cheaper. But it's very rare you seen them for that price. And it wasn't like it was the CD version either. It was the cartridge. I am sure there was a good reason why I didn't buy this game. That's right. I bought Super Sidekicks for $34.99 as football was apparently coming home. And my mate said that footy games are always good to play in a versus mode. It wasn't like I hadn't played Viewpoint before. I had done, several times in 1993, and I loved the game. But I guess life is all about making choices, and I made mine, and to be honest, I have regretted it ever since. Viewpoint was this amazing blaster that had a soundtrack that was right out of a 1990s Euro rave or something. It was an excellent soundtrack. It didn't really suit the game, but it was simply outstanding for the time. And it was this soundtrack that really drew me into the game. Neo Geo multi-cabinets always came with a headphone socket, and wherever I was going to the 10-pin bowling, I would always take a cheap pair of headphones with me, as I knew I would be having a go on something on the Neo Geo. The thing is though, as good as the game was, and as good as the soundtrack was, I never got to hear a lot of it, as this game was brutally difficult. Neo Geo games had developed a reputation of being too easy in the past, but that reputation was left in tatters long before this game came out. Isometric games always made me misjudge the collision detection in them, and so I would often stumble into the path of oncoming enemy fire, which was always embarrassing. The visuals on this game are really exceptional. The enemy sprites have this hand-drawn and polygonal appearance about them, and this mix of visuals really pops on the screen, especially when you check out the animation on these things that tunnel in and out of the ground. Honestly, the animation on this game is some of the sweetest I had ever seen on a game up to this point. And the enemy bosses are all insectoid-like, or like something from nature, and they can take up a lot of real estate on the screen. But don't get drawn in too much by the visuals, as these bosses look nice, but are very deadly indeed, if you are even lucky enough to get to them. As I said previously, the difficulty on this game was cranked all the way up to the max and beyond, and I guess it was this difficulty that made me switch for Super Sidekicks instead of Viewpoint. The Neo Geo for me was a purchase I made to play Samurai Shodown, and that's it. But I told myself, if I see a game cheap, I will buy it if it makes sense to. And when playing Viewpoints in the arcades, I remember it being a single player only, and this may also have had an impact on my decision. When looking at the Neo Geo games I own, you can see that most of them are versus fighters, one-on-one games, and so when played with a mate, these games are different every time. Well, not different, but the end result may be different. When playing Viewpoint, the end result will always be the same, and so it just made sense to buy the games that had the longer playability to them. So why do I regret not buying Viewpoint? Well, that is because of the value of the game now. In 1996, not many people could have envisioned the world we live in today, where retro gaming has become a big thing, and collectors drive up the price of games as they strive to complete an entire collection for the Master System or Mega Drive or whatever. And I never thought that the Neo Geo would become such a collectible item, and nor did I see that some games would be worth so much money. But this is where we find ourselves in. I have never held onto my Neo Geo and the games I bought for it, as I thought they might become expensive. I held onto them for the memories and the good times they gave me. Well, that and the fact I am a complete hoarder. Seriously, I hate throwing things away. But that is a good thing, apparently, these days. My memories of the good times I had playing these games, and not just on the Neo Geo, all my other consoles I still own as well. These memories are priceless, and so I do not think I could ever part with them for that reason. But it is so annoying that I had a chance to own this game for £35, and I passed it up. And this is the theme of these next few upcoming videos, which I hope you will stick around to watch and maybe even comment on. Maybe. Anyway, that was my look back at Viewpoint. If you like this video, then please do give me a sub and a thumbs up, or maybe even a comment or two below about your memories of Viewpoint. And a massive thank you to all of those people who have subscribed to my channel and commented on my videos. Your feedback and support really does go a long way in helping the channel grow, and I am very grateful for your contributions. So it's a massive thank you from me. And that's all from me, folks. Thanks for watching.